Sup folks, White Manga here, the creator of Apple Black, and I'm here with a tutorial on an observational tutorial on drawing a manga face in 3 different angles. For this tutorial, we will be using, as a model, we'll be using a character of mine called Neon from Apple Black, and a good way for you to get acquainted with the character, and I use it in the tutorial, so let's go. Before I start, usually if you've seen any of my videos, I always kind of start with some kind of egg shape. In this video, I try to make it as simple as possible, so start with a circle, and we have this smooth face, the smooth front that I will use to form the nose and the mouth. But to get that head shape, I have like a ball there, and that's just to help you. Usually, I just I usually wing it, and if it doesn't look right, I use the eraser the same way. The eraser the same way I just use it right now. I'm never afraid to use the eraser as long as I'm in pencils. So after I'm done creating the nose and mouth, you know where the eye is going to be, and I make sure the ear is just slightly above the eye, and I use that to because it's connected to the jaw, so I always put that there. And the reason why the ear is a little longer is because she has a gauge in her ear. So going on, she has this kind of lazy eye, and for like eye expressions, which are usually very powerful, I'll probably have a separate tutorial on that. I'll just focus on eyes and powerful looking eyes and stuff like that. So I added the eye, I added the eyebrows, and now I'm just putting in the hair. Now the hair is just adding extra volume to the scalp that already existed, and it's really simple, guys. So this is just one of those observational tutorials that you kind of have to follow me a little bit, but I think it's pretty easy. Sometimes it can get a little bit complicated, but again, I'm never afraid to use the eraser. And this is Neon, one of the main characters of Apple Black, and I will show you guys another method of doing this side view. And instead of having a smooth front, you can kind of pop out a little bit. It kind of depends on the style of the comic. There are many ways to do this side view, honestly. There are like a million ways to do it. And using that pop out, I use it to form the nose and the mouth. It's pretty basic. It's a little different when the character is like screaming or talking with a wide mouth. But yeah, I'll save that for other tutorials because I don't want this video to get too complicated. But again, it all depends on style. So if there are some comics out there that to draw the style, it gets really it's either actually simpler or even more complicated. And again, I'm just fooling around with the eyebrows, looking for an expression. Just not really looking for expression, just playing around to show you how you can actually use the expression in her eyes, having the eyeballs not touch the top or the bottom of her eyelashes, and just showing you the ways I use the eyes to show different expressions. And usually it's a lot of fun to do that, and it's very evident with manga and anime. But anyways, this is still a side view. Again, the hair is pretty much the same thing. And yeah, just going in, cleaning things up if I need to clean things up. And she has this kind of collar that she wears. It's even more complicated than that, but I don't want to complicate things for this video. Same hair, same everything. And yeah, that's it for the side view, guys. Kind of adding it to the other drawing. The Neon character is kind of like she's kind of like that your favorite gothic chick in a way, but a little more layers to her than that. But I don't want to give off anything right here in this tutorial. It'll be one of those things that I would like for people to experience while reading the comic. So I'm not going to go into much detail. Here I'm going to do it 3/4. Same thing. Have this egg shape, and then I go in with details and add extra things. And I know that the jaw connects with the ear, and I always know that the ear is slightly above the eyes. So when I'm done with that, when I have the egg shape and I add the ears connecting with the jaw, I put in the 2 eyes, and I have this line that goes across the face but with a curve, and I give both eyes a lot of, not too much space, but enough space from each other, and then I just put a nose, and the nose is really just a one straight line and almost like a V, and adding little dashes here and there. It's one of those things that you watch the video and you observe, and you can, you know, practice and join me as I draw the video. Yeah, I'm adding, you know, eyelashes on like the side. I'm gonna make her cheeks pop out just a little more, and, you know, put in her or insert her hair. One of the most difficult things for me to draw for some reason sometimes. It's almost like I've not gotten the hang of my own character. So, but again, you know, it's one of those things. I will erase until I get it. Never afraid to erase. And once I put that in, it's kind of similar to Wolverine's hair from X-Men Evolution, but, you know, with pink highlights. And for those of you who know how Wolverine looks in X-Men Evolution, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and now we're going for that frontal view. One of my least interesting angles to draw, but for those of you who are interested, the same egg shape. I add in the ears by the side. I remember that the ears are slightly taller than the eyes. Here I'm drawing a straight line in the middle. Obviously not too visible. I don't want it to stick when I erase it and stuff like that. I give the eyes, you know, it's almost like there's a sense of symmetry here. So the eyes are kind of going to be identical to one another, but like in some kind of mirror fashion. Add the mouth, or you can add the nose first before you add the mouth. You know, usually I'll add the nose first, but you know, let's try out new things here. See, I'm even trying out new things as I'm doing the tutorial. See? Anyways, White Manga doesn't know everything, you know? I try new things too. So, you know, add in the hair, and I'm gonna add in the rest of the hair, and honestly, at this point, the hard part's done. You know, creating a comic, especially when you have like deadlines and stuff like this, you know, drawing faces like this shouldn't take too much time. So it's not just, you might want to practice with yourself, not just about, you know, getting the drawing right, but actually timing yourself. Usually when you're drawing characters head on and they have like hair that kind of pops out at the back, I usually try to spread it out on one side more than the other. I don't know if that makes sense. It probably doesn't make sense, but it's one of those things that if you draw a lot, you understand what I mean. It's kind of like if you look at Sasuke, how his hair falls behind, but if you look at him head on, it's only you only see the spikes at the back on one side and not the other. You know, it's just one of those things that is evident in manga. Nothing too fancy. Okay, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys learned from the video, or, you know, if you didn't, I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, just watching, because, you know, there's some people that watch the videos not necessarily to learn, just to watch me draw or sketch. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys can go read the first 3 chapters of Apple Black, available on Saturday AM. There'll be links to everything me in the About section below, Facebook pages and all that. Don't forget to like this video. It really means a lot. It really helps the video. Also favorite the video if you can. Also helps the video. And leave a comment if you have any questions. Subscribe to the channel. So yeah, that's it. It's White Manga, and I'm out.